All right, well, we're going to get started. Appreciate everybody being here. This is an exciting week. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. And if there were ever a year to show and to say how much we appreciate teachers, it's definitely been this year. I am just absolutely amazed at what our teachers have done, the way our teachers and our staff and our school leaders have responded to this global pandemic. Has been inspiring, and definitely we want to say thank you, teachers, for all that you do throughout the year, but obviously in particular in the midst of Teacher Appreciation Week. When we started this school year in regards to a pandemic, we didn't know what to expect, and somehow, some way, schools have found ways to be innovative and to think differently and keep students connected, whether they are in the classroom or outside of the classroom. It has really been amazing to see firsthand the work that's taking place across schools in our system, and frankly across the state and across the country in regards to trying to make sure that students remain educated. Very proud of our district, the fact that we've been able to be in school 88% of the time, and that is really important. We firmly believe that the best place for students is in the classroom. And as we go down this road and have dealt with this pandemic, I could not be more proud of the fact that we've been able to remain committed to our strategic plan and the strategic framework for which our school board has set for us to operate on a day-to-day basis. One of those areas of our strategic plan is around having an engaged community. And there's been no better year or better testament to the engagement of the community than this year. So many folks have stepped up to support our public schools, and we are forever indebted and grateful for that work, and would highlight just a couple of things that have taken place. When we knew that some students were going to be disconnected, so to speak, from being in the classroom because parents and families may have chose to take advantage of ACS at home, we had churches and faith-based organizations and other nonprofit organizations that stepped up and offered virtual learning centers so that students in small groups that had chose HCS at home could come in and have an adult that was supporting them as they were continuing their learning. And then the other thing that I would highlight, I think that highlights the engagement of our community, is the way in which we approached the digital divide and really implementing a strategy that is not just a stopgap for this year, but ultimately will be a stopgap for at least, at minimum, the next decade. And so we're proud to have partners that have done that work. And so we're here to really elevate another part of our engaged community and the work of the Hamilton County Schools Foundation, which in some regards, quietly over the course of this year, has really done some significant work, and so we're here to celebrate one of the things and to, I guess, share one of the great things that will be a great resource to teachers as we celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week. I turn now to one of our school board members, Mr. Joe Smith, and as I mentioned, some of those virtual learning centers and being engaged, he's not only a school board member as he comes up, but he is a pillar in this community that gives so much of his time and his effort. In fact, he's sprinting over here. He's not sprinting, he's walking gingerly over here right now, but he sprinted from Middle Valley Elementary this morning to Ooltewah here where we are today in celebration of this. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Joe Smith at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. I am so honored to be here to represent my peers on the board. And let me tell you, there's 9 of us, and I've never been around a group of people that have such passion for young people and for education. So I'm honored to be here. Let me say this. I've raised a lot of kids, and that's why I have all this white hair. And I've always said that the second most important relationship in a child's life, second only to the parent, is that classroom teacher. And it's just amazing the work that they do every single day, just pouring their lives into these young people. And we ought to be celebrating teacher appreciation every day, but certainly this week it's set aside. So just on behalf of our school board, I just want to thank the teachers and a big old virtual hug to every single one of you and the work that you do every single day. And this morning we're privileged to be in one of our great high schools and with great teachers and awesome leadership. And with that, let me introduce you to the principal of Ooltewah High School, Miss Angie Gass. So come on, Miss Angie, tell us about Ooltewah High School and all your great teachers.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the staff and students of Ooltewah High School, I'd like to welcome you here this morning. As I reflect over the past year, there's one word that really stands out in my mind, and that's pioneer. HCS teachers, staff, and leaders have forged the trail of a pioneer. Our spirit has blazed this trail with courage in our quest to do what is right for the children of Hamilton County, and we jumped in full force. We forged ahead when there were obstacles, and even when those obstacles kept coming over and over again throughout this year. Educators have been on the front lines every single day, walking beside the unseen enemy of COVID. It took raw courage to do that in the face of uncertainty, and we're proud of our teachers for doing that. Teachers on a normal day, they define flexibility. This year, they took it to a level that we never imagined possible. What they did was reinvent public education as we once knew it. Teachers found ways to reach kids, reach new heights, and reach beyond insurmountable odds to make learning happen in classrooms every day. We operated in quarantine, out of quarantine, virtually, in person, with at-home students, with in-person students, all with teachers reinventing the plane as they flew it. Our new professional vocabulary includes phrases like, there's no playbook, you're on mute, pivot, remote learning, hybrid learning, contact tracing. None of these phrases were used in our daily work prior to March 2020. We stand in gratitude every single day for the sacrifice our teachers have made this year for the children we love so dearly. They are our future. The pioneering spirit of the teachers and staff of Hamilton County are the reason students will be equipped for what lies ahead. None of this school year has been easy for anyone, but our folks show up every single day to make it happen. While this is Teacher Appreciation Week, our gratitude cannot be contained to just these 5 days. We love our teachers and our staff, and we celebrate their accomplishments over the past year. Before I leave you today, I encourage each one of you to reach out via text message, phone call, email to teachers that you know and tell them how much they're appreciated. Tell them their sacrifice has meant something. Tell them they're courageous. A recognition of their hard work means more than you can ever imagine. So it's my distinct honor to introduce one of our own, Miss Heather McIntyre. She is one of our career and tech teachers, and we're honored to have her here with us today to share her reflections over the past year through the eyes of a teacher. Thank you.
Good morning. How are you guys today? You know, when I was asked to do this, I reflected back on the past year and a half, actually, that we've been doing this, and one word came to mind, and that's overwhelming. It was overwhelming not just for the teachers, but for the administration, our students, our parents, our community. Pandemic teaching has become emotionally and physically draining. We teachers missed our students. We missed our colleagues. We missed the hugs, the high fives in the hallway, the faces of the students, which sometimes were happy, sometimes we're sad, and sometimes we're mad, but we missed them. In the end, we found out just how much we needed each other and how important education truly is. The sudden shift to distance learning brought scenarios none of us could have foreseen. Challenges, frustration, and exhaustion were faced daily by every single teacher. Through it all, Hamilton County Schools provided teachers with resources, encouragement, and support emotionally. This support wasn't just provided for our teachers, but for our students as well. Every single student here at Ooltewah High School was provided a new Chromebook from our school district during this pandemic. That's really impressive, really, if you think about it. COVID has helped expose what is at the core of being a teacher. It's relationships. It's building relationships with students. Teaching students who are at home online came with its own unique challenges. Many questions arose like, how do I keep students engaged online for 90 minutes? How do I adapt my curriculum for my at-home students and my in-person students? And how in the world am I going to build a relationship with a student on a computer screen? Every single day I bounce back and forth between my in-person students and my at-home students, my distance learners. I worry daily about how to provide meaningful lessons while at the same time be aware of each student's social and emotional well-being. This is pandemic craziness at its finest. But out of this craziness came calm. The calm of knowing that relationships are being built with every single student, including the at-home students. The calm of knowing that my administration team and my school district was supporting me as an educator. The calm of hearing or seeing the text and phone calls from students when a project was due at the end of the night. The calm of seeing how my at-home students and my in-person students were engaging and completing projects together. And my very favorite calm moment was an at-home student writing me a personal note and leaving it in a tote that was outside of this school building so we would have contactless pickup for class materials. That note read, "Thanks, Miss Mack, you rock. I can't wait to see you in real life once this pandemic is over." If anything positive came from the COVID pandemic, it is that it's reminded us that school is a genuine community. During this last year, we found that our school holds a unique position of helping those in our community. During this pandemic, our Ooltewah community had to face another devastating blow when a tornado hit our area. Many of our own students and faculty lost their homes. Our school community didn't let a pandemic stop us from helping our neighbors. We rallied together and provided food, drink, and supplies to those in our community who were affected the most. We wore our masks, rolled up our sleeves, and said, "How can we help you?" Our school set up food distribution centers, we organized cleanup crews, and we provided technology to those students who were most affected. The community looked to us, our school, our teachers, our leaders, to support, and we provided that. Even during a pandemic, and yes, even after tornado, we stayed the course. In the end, we adapted, we changed, we persevered. The teachers, the students, the staff, the community, we stayed Ooltewah strong. And now I'm going to introduce Dr. Jill Levine.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I want to share a little bit about some plans that we have to provide even more support for teachers in the Hamilton County Schools. And I first want to talk to you a little bit about the Hamilton County Schools Foundation. We launched the foundation last fall in the middle of kind of COVID mask wearing and everything else, so it wasn't a big public launch, but have done several projects to support teachers already, including the HCS Heroes campaign, and hopefully you saw an HCS Heroes sign in many yards as you drove around town, just a way to thank and recognize our teachers. But we have lots of plans as part of the Foundation for Teacher Support to support arts and innovation and literacy in our district, so you'll hear more about that in the days to come. But when we launched the foundation, we also recruited an incredible group of community members to be part of that board, and some of them are here today, so I want to thank them for being here. Our board chair, Keith Fogelman, Althea Jones, Kathy Lennon, Joe Smith, and Todd Womack are all here with us today, so let's just thank them. As I mentioned, our plan with the foundation is to align with the district's strategic plan, and one of those areas is great teachers, great leaders, and to support our teachers and leaders however we can. So I'm excited to share today that this fall we will be opening a brand new HCS teacher shop at the old Hillcrest School. We're working on renovations right now and supplies for that, but this will be a beautiful, freshly renovated space where teachers can go and shop for free for school supplies for their classrooms. I think about, as a principal, running into teachers at Target and Walmart and the dollar store, and their baskets and their buggies just loaded with supplies for their kids that oftentimes they have purchased with their own funds. As a teacher, I remember I kind of try to hide those receipts from my own husband when I was buying all those supplies for my classroom, and I know that teachers do that every day. So we want to do more to support our teachers and to help them to not have to spend their own funding on their classroom, but to be able to do that for them. So we will launch that this fall, and this is a great opportunity for the community to get involved. There are several ways that the community can do that. The first one actually has launched, and that is thanks to Tucker McClendon at the Chattanooga Market. Every Sunday in May, we will be collecting supplies. These can be brand new supplies or gently used supplies. We have big bins there, and people can come to the market and shop and also drop off some school supplies while they're there. We will also be collecting supplies at the Staples on Gun Barrel Road. Some of those things are number 2 pencils, it's always number 2 pencils, loose leaf paper, crayons, sticky chart paper, dry erase markers, permanent markers, copy paper, cardstock, glue sticks, colored pencils, pens, cleaning supplies, all of the things that you know that teachers are using every day in their classrooms. Another way for the community to get involved is simply to donate to the Hamilton County Schools Foundation. We have a link on our website. It's very easy to do online, and we are accepting donations, and they can be earmarked specifically for teacher support as well. And then the third way is if you run a business, if you're part of a church group or a book club or any other organization, a fraternity, sorority, is to run a supply drive on behalf of the Hamilton County Schools Teacher Shop and to collect supplies for this great program. So reach out to us. We'd love to have your involvement, and it really takes all of us to show teachers how much we love them, appreciate them, and how grateful we are for all they've done, particularly in the past year, but for hundreds of years. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to sharing more in the future.